Welcome to Biology 102, the second half of Intro Biology for Non-Majors. I'm Dr. Grace Savoy-Burke. I use she, they pronouns, either are fine. And even though we're in this virtual environment, I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you virtually or in person if you decide to come to my office for office hours. So first, a little introduction of who I am. I grew up in Western New York in the Buffalo area. Got my bachelor's degree in biology at SUNY Geneseo, which is one of the New York State colleges. Then I worked for a few years in a lab before going on to study entomology for my master's and PhD at the University of Delaware. In case you don't know what entomology is, it's the study of insects, so bugs are my specialty, but I love all things nature related. I also have several pets. Here you can see my horse, Coco, who I've had for over 20 years, and my dog, Mulder, a 7-year-old hound mutt. I also have 2 cats, a white tree frog, and a Russian tortoise. And here in my office at WVU, I have Madagascar hissing cockroaches and a red-kneed tarantula. So if you're on campus or want to stop by for office hours in person, feel free to come by and meet my critters. The textbook for this class is not required, but if you are someone who likes to study by reading, you are welcome to purchase it. Information for the textbook is available on the syllabus. If you're following in the textbook, you'll notice that the chapter and section number in the textbook will be in the bottom right corner of the lecture slides. This is a hybrid class. All of the required content is available online in eCampus. However, we do also have a scheduled class time on Thursdays at 4:30. We'll meet over Zoom for that time, and you can find that link on the syllabus. Attendance is not required for the Thursday meeting, but we will use that time to review and answer questions. Under the module for each unit, the first item will be a discussion board, where you can post questions about the course material, or let me know what you didn't understand. Before the Thursday review each week, I'll look at your questions and answer them during the scheduled class time on Zoom. I'll also post answers on the discussion board in case you can't make it to Thursday's class. Even if you don't have any specific questions, this is a great way to review and refresh the material as we go. If you're not coming to the review but have a question, make sure you post it by Wednesday night so I see it before class. If you do come to review, you are welcome to either post your question ahead of time or ask it during class. For each unit, there'll be a series of recorded lectures for you to watch. Associated with each lecture is also a set of participation questions on eCampus. These questions are to help you understand the video as you watch it and to give you credit for watching the lecture. The participation questions are often easier than something you might find on the exam, but are designed to help you think through the material and check your understanding. I recommend opening up the participation assignment and answering the questions as you watch the video. The video lectures will prompt you to pause and answer the questions as you go. For these participation questions, you have unlimited submissions and you can go back and change your answers as many times as you'd like. You might as well do that until you have a perfect score to maximize your participation points. For each unit, there will also be one activity that you need to complete. These activities are assignments to help you better understand and study difficult concepts in the class. Some of them will involve moving objects and text to complete a diagram. For others, you'll be drawing your own diagram or making a flowchart. For each unit, you'll also be making a study sheet for yourself. This will not only help you review the information on that exam, but you can also use your study guide as a quick reference while you take the exam. There's also one homework quiz for each unit. These are questions similar to what you might find on the exam, so they're a good way to test your knowledge before exam time. You have 3 attempts and unlimited time to complete these homework quizzes. I suggest that the first time you take a quiz, you try to do it without your notes to see what areas you need to focus on. Then you can go back and look up the answers you got wrong. There will be 5 exams in this class, 1 for each unit. Like everything else, the exams will be on eCampus and will include a combination of multiple choice, multiple answer, fill in the blank, and short answer questions. Exams are open book, but you'll only have 50 minutes to complete each exam, so you won't have time to look up every answer. Some of the questions will require you to understand and think about the material, so those will be difficult if you haven't spent time learning the content before the exam. Some tips for knowing what to focus on from the lectures, based on how I set my lectures up, are to make sure you can define any terms written in bold. Anything that is presented as a numbered list is also something you're expected to know and memorize. Sometimes diagrams from lectures will show up on exams, so make sure you understand and can interpret them. But aside from just memorizing those things, make sure you actually think about and understand the concepts so you can apply them to the more difficult questions on exams. Here's the breakdown for how you'll be graded in this course. Your exams will make up 50% of your total grade. Participation will be 10% of your grade, and homework quizzes and activities are each worth 20%. You are responsible for making sure you don't miss any of the required assignments each week. However, I understand that things come up, so I have built in some flexibility into the schedule to account for that. Still, I strongly encourage you not to let things pile up or you will not be able to catch up in the course. The assignments for each week are due by the end of the day Friday, but I won't take off points for anything turned in by the following Sunday night. Just know that if you wait until the weekend, I may not be able to answer questions over email if you run into any issues or if there's something you don't understand. So I highly recommend following those deadlines, but if you have a crazy week and don't get to your assignments until the weekend, that's fine. After Sunday night, late assignments will only lose 10% as long as you complete them within 1 week. If you're more than 1 week late, you can only receive half of the points for that assignment. I will hold office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. every week. You can either come to my office in the Life Sciences building if you want to chat in person, or you can join me on Zoom. If you're joining on Zoom, I'll have a waiting room set up in case I'm in the middle of helping a student in person. Just be patient and I'll let you into the Zoom room as soon as I can. If my scheduled office hours don't work for you, you can schedule an appointment with me using the link on the syllabus at a time that does work. When you click on that link and choose a time, it will automatically go to my calendar, and you'll receive a confirmation email with the Zoom link if you chose a Zoom meeting. You can come to my office hours even if you don't have specific questions. Feel free to drop in just to say hi and introduce yourself. If you come in person, you're also welcome to come meet my office pets. If you're not a bug person, don't worry, I won't take them out while you're here unless you ask. Another way you can use my office hours is just to log into the Zoom and work on your assignments in case a question comes up that you'd like me to answer. If you're someone who isn't good at setting up your own structure for getting online coursework done, this is a good way to schedule out that time. If several of you show up at the same time, we can also create breakout rooms in Zoom in case anyone wants to study or work on things together. As I mentioned before, all the content for this class is available on eCampus. When you log into eCampus and open up this course, the first thing you're going to want to do is look for the menu on the left side of the screen. There you'll find a tab that says Modules. All of the course content will be organized there. Under Modules, you'll see an Introductions to the Course module, and then a module for each unit. Right now, only the Unit 1 module is available for your view. If you take a look at the module for Unit 1, you'll find all the lecture videos and assignments for that unit there. Most lectures are broken into several short videos, and you'll see the participation assignment associated with those videos just below it. The first thing you'll need to do in this class is get familiar with the course policies and format. Watching this video was a great first step. Next, you're going to want to download and read the syllabus from the Introductions to the Course module. Also in that module, you'll see an assignment called Syllabus Quiz, which is due next Friday. This is just a few questions to test if you've read the syllabus. You have unlimited attempts for this quiz, so take it until you have a perfect score if you want to maximize your points. Your next assignment, which is also due next week Friday, is the pretest. This test is just so we can measure your knowledge in biology before taking this course. At the end of the semester, you'll take this test again to measure how much you've learned. This helps us improve the class and know how we're doing. You will not be graded on your score on the pre and post test, but you will receive credit for completing it. You have 1 attempt and 15 minutes to complete this test. Again, you'll not be graded on how well you do, so don't look up answers, but take an honest stab at it. Again, this is really useful data for us who teach this course, so I appreciate you completing that for me. One of the things I miss most in this online format is getting to know all of you. Another thing you'll find in the Introduction to the Course module on eCampus is a link to a discussion board called Introductions. This is a place for you to introduce yourself to me and the rest of the class. Let us know a little bit about you and your interests. Feel free to share a selfie or a photo of your pet. This isn't required, but it'll help us create a little bit of community as we go through this course together. There's nothing due this Friday, so you can relax and settle into your first week of classes. The first due date will be Friday, August 30th. But if you don't want to be scrambling at the end of next week, I suggest getting these things done by early next week. First, review the syllabus and complete the syllabus quiz on eCampus. You'll also want to take that pre-test before you start the actual content of the class. Then you can start working on the lectures and participation assignments that are due at the end of next week. If after watching this video and looking over the syllabus you still have questions, feel free to post them to the Questions About the Course discussion board on eCampus. That can also be found in the Introduction to the Course module. Before you post a question, look at the syllabus and also see if someone has already asked the same question in the forum. If you still have questions, post them there and I will answer them. If you have any questions that you'd rather not post to the public forum, send me an email, come to office hours, or use the link on the syllabus to schedule an appointment with me.